Okay, Skrewy says Markus wouldn't do anything, so we're free to play.
We're going with that model?
He says, at this point, no. Vera seems to have made up their mind about Markus for the time. Likely it's going...
the microtransactions?
I guess.
Markus is going to redeem himself by action, he says, not by word. So
he's not very good at actions, though.
Nope, not at all. So, group, it is the 1st of February, the year 763 of the Third Era, and you all are flying on an airship, and you've just crossed over the Elven lands. And you guys are currently...
Yes, please.
It's a different podcast. And you are currently over a strange little jut of mountains right here. Sort of in the middle of the continent, there's this jut of mountains. Make a knowledge geography.
I sure can.
I sure can't.
That is a 16 for me, untrained.
Okay.
But I'm a bard,
14.
so it doesn't matter.
You're a bard, so it doesn't matter. Okay. So you know not a whole lot about these mountains, but you do know their name. This is Serica. This is the Serican Mountains.
Oh, I know what that means. I got the history, but I don't got the geography.
Yeah.
So I know what that means.
The mountains themselves are very jagged. They have very striking peaks and very clear cliffs and drop-offs. It's basically impossible to climb these mountains from the ground.
I see.
I mean, it is technically possible, but it would be very, very difficult for any terrestrial creature to climb these mountains. Just because of their composition and just absolute jaggedness of their cliffs and styles. What this means is it has become a perfect place for avian creatures to live. Basically, the Serican Mountains are the home of the Serican harpies. So this is their homeland. There are like
probably heading home.
What?
They were probably on their way home when we ran into that.
They were on their way to Ville from the Elven
right.
lands, which takes them
That's
takes them past their home. But you can see as you like fly over this place, if you look down, you're able to see a couple of almost they sort of look like a collection of spires interconnected with bridges that basically are harpy towns. There's not that many of them, but there's maybe a half dozen in total spread across the mountain range. None of them are all that big, but you're also too high up to see any like individual people. You're pretty far above the mountains right now.
Okay.
All right, so that is...
I'm currently... Oh, wait, no, I'm technically still on the ship, right?
Yeah. So the ship is going to...
What does that mean?
It's called Yes Please Happened.
So the ship is currently traveling to the southeast, going at a pretty crazy speed. If anyone has anything they'd like to do during the day, please let me know. Otherwise, I will advance time.
Well, after Vera is done yelling at Markus, when they exit, they probably would look for Soul and not be able to find them. Mm-hmm. So then they'd probably just go to the top of the ship.
Okay. So Vera goes to the main deck or up to the...
main deck.
Okay. So you get up there and you see Lovette, Archie, and Karis, and Calcutech.
Do I see that? Oh, Calcutech. Oh, there it is. Do I see how pissed Vera it was? Is that visible?
There's probably definitely lasting emotional reads.
Let's be real. Like, Vera has probably a pretty severe case of rested bitch face, I feel like. So
100%.
Hard to tell.
Yes. However, their face may be still slightly red.
From yelling?
Oh, okay.
Fine. Anyways, if you and Karis have time later, I'd like to talk to you about something. Where did Soul go?
Haven't seen them.
There are some things that I may need to, right? Maybe that was not the same.
Is there something you need?
No. Just something I think I should compel with everyone.
Everyone, not including Markus.
Yeah, probably not.
Everyone.
Oh, I think I get it. It's because he's not real.
He's not a person.
He's not a person.
I mean, I guess he's a corpse, but...
Every body would have worked then. He's got a body.
No, still a body.
Yeah.
Every being? We're going too far into this.
Just ask everything. Hello, boat. Yeah, actually. Kelly's?
Yeah?
The plan you came up with earlier, have you talked to anyone else about this file? This idea? Or was that the first time you mentioned it?
I think that was the first time I mentioned it.
Okay. Just
Why?
making sure. Well, it's probably going to take some discussing. At least with Sol. I'm not sure about the others. Maybe a little bit of convincing. I think it's okay.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Well, while we were going to this demi, we were discussing a potential plan to gather what we need to bring back Moira.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, the law is a problem with this.
Well, I mean, if they don't catch us, there's nothing we have to worry about.
Well, that's true, but I find that guy does tend to be more consistent in stealth. Well, anyways, Calais had an idea of how to get them off of our backs, and I trust her, but it's kind of takes some explaining.
It's a bit of an extreme plan.
Okay. What
Well,
was this plan?
Lovette is wanted for murder.
Nod.
So, if we were to produce a body and then show that Lovette had died, then they wouldn't be wanted for murder anymore and people would stop looking.
So long as the only one they want is Lovette.
Well, they didn't get anyone else's name.
That's true. That being said, they didn't need my name when they put up posters.
Possibly. If they have descriptions of us, they may have wanted posters for the whole lot of us then.
Where would Moira's body be located, Lovette?
Well, it depends on whether or not she got her wishes. She found a very humble spot under one of the few nice trees still left in Railroad. But normally, gnomes are buried in their family tomb.
So is the first location outside the city?
It is just outside of the academy.
Is that outside the city?
Well, not quite, no. It is part of the city. But it is on the outside of the academy, so just outside of the city.
Well, we're going to have to find out where it is at some point. But what would they do with your body afterwards? Wouldn't they want it?
That is what I thought as well. And if not the authorities, then they may want to bury me. But if you only need a small portion of Moira for her, then you should only need so much for me. Is that right? I was going to ask about this as well, Caris. I've been thinking. I didn't get much sleep last night as I was thinking about this.
Yeah, I would just need a portion of your body to bring you back.
Do I wake up where my body is, or do I come to you?
Where the spell is cast.
Should I leave my things with all of you, then?
It would probably be best. That way we could reunite you with your belongings faster. No.
Right.
Doesn't Soul have a spell that could make you look like not yourself?
I don't know whether that for sure. We had we used with Caris before. I don't understand exactly the nature of their magic, but it is possible. The thing I am concerned about, so, is that I was most known for my physical features outside of my face. I might come across as quite short to all of you, but I stand out quite tall in this domain.
Cut off her feet.
Yeah.
I mean, she's an engineer.
Robot feet.
Robot feet. Robot feet.
Imagine this is a little angel and devil over Vera's shoulders.
I just imagine Soul screaming that during Yes Please.
Would be an interesting adventure.
I don't think of Soul being a screamer, but maybe.
Or being into robot feet, but
Yeah.
maybe not. Maybe they are.
They're not.
I think that if Sol were a screamer, then Lovette would not have missed that whole thing with Siva.
Yeah.
or the thing like outside of our cart.
Exactly.
I mean, that one was like the loudest they've been.
Yeah, and everyone failed their perception checks because you were asleep.
And, well, Lovette was just
And
had
Lovette
a really bad roll.
had just a really bad roll, and that was the only one of you that had a chance to catch it. Really. I mean, honestly, because like, when you're asleep, you get like a -10 to everything. It's rough.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who had a chance?
Lovette, because she was on watch.
Yeah, Lovette was
Oh,
on
gotcha.
watch at the time, so they were the only ones that didn't have a penalty. So I'm going to show you the map of Whaler Cog real quick. Refresh your memories about this place.
Okay.
The locations we're talking about is the Academy of Arcane Sciences, which is right there, And the Academy Park, which is just north of it there. The proposed location would either be the body is buried under a tree in the Academy Park, or next to a tree, rather, in the Academy Park, or it's entombed in the family tomb of the O'Briens. So,
I mean, I guess I could recon the area around the Academy as a smaller insect.
Check on the way.
I mean, it would be marked, wouldn't it?
I hope so, yes. I suppose that's true.
Although I don't know if I'll be able to read it.
Yes, that's easily so true.
Are there multiple people buried under this tree?
It was kind of a special thing for her. It was a special place. It was not traditionally a burial site.
which is why it may not be there. So we may have to break into the tomb of the O'Briens. Do you know if gnomes typically... Do your people keep your tombs in your houses, or is there a place where all the family tombs are?
Well, yeah, of course, it depends on how well to do you are. I suppose the O'Briens would probably have a tomb. I was hoping that the game master would know this one.
Excuse me?
What?
Who's that? What does that even mean?
I'm confused.
It's just a name I made up of it.
Are you doing alright, Lovette?
I think this plan is getting to Lovette's mind.
I know it's hard to think about Moira, but we're hopefully going to be able to bring her back.
Facing your immortality isn't that bad. I mean,
Isn't it?
it was kind of an eye-opening experience for me.
Okay. Okay.
Poor Vera.
Wait. Okay, let me think. Just let me think. Throughout titles. So.
Then again, I didn't really have to dwell on it. It sort of just happened. I suppose maybe knowing it's going to happen might make it worse.
I guess so. I try not to think about it, but I'm not doing a great job. She would probably be in the community graveyard. No, not graveyard, cemetery, right?
Yeah, roughly. Same idea, but yeah. Instead of like a collection of like individual graves like a humans would have, the gnomes are probably much more aligned in little family crypts.
Mm-hmm.
So like your common folk are gonna have pretty basic family crypts, but like you were saying, that like the more wealthy folks are gonna have their own family tombs located in their estates.
Right.
But there really isn't such a thing as like an individual grave.
No.
It's just not really a thing in gnome society. You would have to be like it just would be very odd for such a thing to be there.
Sure, because you can fit so many of them in one coffin.
Mm-hmm. No, it's very true. And you would
the smaller coffins.
Just the idea of burying them in a box under dirt is not really like the way that gnomes do either. They'll put them in like stone sarcophagus sort of structures and then have that interred in a slot in the side of like a wall in a mausoleum. Mm-hmm. Like they don't really.
I'll reconvey all that information.
Yeah, they don't really go the route of burials in the same way as humans. I guess it probably has to do with just being just generally kind of disconnected from nature in the way that gnomes are. It's just not really
worshipping of money.
Yeah, and it's just not really in their wheelhouse to like become one with the earth again, kind of thing. It's just not really the way they think.
It's more like become one with your stuff.
Yeah, right. You hoard your shit after you die.
Kind of like the Egyptians.
Sort of. Yeah. You end up going to the eternal vaults, or technically it's called the counting houses, the eternal counting houses. But yeah, it's basically the idea is that you go to this place where all of your worldly assets have been gathered in the afterlife, and you are reunited with all of your money. Yeah. So it's sort of like all the money you've ever had in your life is waiting for you in the afterlife, kind of a thing.
And all of them are Scrooge McDuck, swimming in them like a swimming pool.
Kinda, yeah.
Review.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but
in a weird materialistic way.
Well, yeah. I mean, Shamish is sort of a weird dude like that.
They preach a religion that's all about this shit, and when you're brought up that way, then it doesn't seem weird.
No.
But I mean, it's horrible. What a horrible use of money.
What, hoarding it?
For oneself. For Vera, that's pretty shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, they're not clear on what you can do with the money after you're dead. Whether or not you can spend it, that's kind of a personal philosophy thing. Mm-hmm. And so, like, the idea is that if you acquire the most money throughout your life, then you can maybe do the most good with it after you're dead. Some gnomes feel like.
Yeah, I mean, the general preaching is that, like, your total net worth, which is the amount of money that you have spent your entire life, sort of a thing, like the total...
They have such faith in trickle-down economics, it's literally a religion.
It's really a religion for them, yeah. But they believe that that's the amount of money they get, and that's essentially their score at the end. Like, and that becomes, like, the number attached to them in the afterlife. And the higher that number is their standing in Shamish's eyes. And that gives them perks in the afterlife, sort of thing. Like, it gets them preferential selection on rebirth, if that makes sense. So when they go back into the cycle... the next time around, they get to be in a better family, or they get to come into a wealthier land, whatever. The idea is that the more points you score in a Shamish worshipper's eyes, the better you are, the better your starting package is next time around. Does that make any kind of sense?
Just me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get the pre-order bonus and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's essentially it is honestly a lot like that. Like you're basically buying like the collector's edition of Gnome Life. So like, say you were born like a common gnome, and then you made a bunch of money, and then you die, but you did so well in your life that the next time around you get to buy up into a noble house. So you're born as the child of a pair of nobles.
This is how their like libertarianism bullshit goes through the roof, because then even people who are born with a silver spoon in their mouth was like, well, I did earn it just in a past life.
Exactly. And they can exactly, but that's exactly it. They can justify that level of obscene wealth by saying, well, I earned it in a past life, sort of thing.
Whoa, shit.
Yeah, no, exactly. They're insufferable. But that's gnomes for you.
I like that we just got a lecture on gnome history.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Meanwhile, this is happening.
Okay.
Robot feet. Robot feet!
So, back on the Agile, we're on the deck, and we were discussing something that got us onto gnomish death practices.
Moira's berry spot, pretty much.
Yeah.
They were tactically talking about it.
So, Lovette, are you sure you're comfortable with this plan?
I'm not sure if comfortable usually, appropriate word for anything we do, but...
I mean, it would mean that your parents would think that you've died.
Could I have a chance to talk to them before we go through with it?
She shrugs. Possibly?
I'll come up with some contingencies for that. We can do this, I can do this. I want to make sure there are no objections from anyone else in the group, because if they object, then they can get in the way. And I want Markus to be far, far away from me when I die.
Oh god.
Well, what does you being dead help in what we're trying to do?
This way, it would get heat off the rest of you, I suppose. I was wondering what's the nature of the resurrection, because I thought if I wake up in a tomb, I could be nearby, but I'm not sure that would be a great idea anyway. I would probably just get stuck. Well, I did have an idea. The thing that I've been thinking a lot about is how exactly we are going to do it.
What do you mean?
Do it like the finger across my throat gesture.
For Moira?
What?
What are you talking about?
Are we going to kill me?
I look at Karis.
Because if we provide a circumstance that is sufficiently satisfying to the authorities, or most likely just to the Armorises, then we can probably get them to forget about all of you. But if you guys just show up with my corpse, they might think that you're on their side, but they might just arrest you for murder.
Won't they just take your body?
That too. But if I come back to where you are...
I mean, if it's night, we could just sneak in and get a piece of Moira. That seems safer, doesn't it?
I'm not sure. It depends how well we need to go into the city.
If someone's talking, presenting her body, it would have to be Sol. And other than you, Lovette, they're the only one who have a longer period of time in front of the mother.
That's true. Well, I mean...
So who should take Lovette's body in?
I'm not exactly the best at talking to people, so I don't think I'm a good fit there. Usually people just see me and then they say, oh, she's the one.
Well, if it can't be you, Vera, and it can't be Markus, and it can't be Soul...
Well, what if Soul was in disguise?
I mean,
It's a fair point.
It might work.
I mean, I suppose we should see how everything with the mimics go, because we might not have to produce a corpse.
Well, we'll have to ask Soul and see what their opinion is. Case.
I mean, where are they?
I don't know. I did not see them in the gallery. That's the name of it. In the gallery.
To them shortly ago, but then they disappeared. We didn't really think of it.
Karis just looks kind of like confused at both of you. The ship isn't that big.
No, but yeah, locked rooms. So
Karis just kind of gives you like an incredulous look, stands up, sets the book down, brushes herself off, and starts walking to the door.
Excuse me? Did you miss something?
For the podcast, Karis is looking around in the gallery, in the rooms.
So, well, yeah, also Karis is an NPC, so I wasn't gonna narrate it. So Karis steps out through the door and goes below decks, leaving the two of you up on the main deck with Archie.
Vera will go down to the hold and look around down there.
Alright. Vera, you go down to the hold, and I would like you to make a perception check to search the area.
Oh my fucking god.
Nat 1.
Nat 1.
Okay, it's a nat 1. Now you do have a plus 12 bonus, so that's excellent. So you still got a 13, which is still pretty good. And you poke your head into each room, and you look around, and you don't see any sign of Soul down there. You have no idea where they could be.
I will go up to the gallery and walk to Karis.
Okay. You go up to the gallery, and you see Karis is, like, leaning up against the center mast with just sort of a confused look.
Did you see them?
No. You don't suppose that they teleported off somewhere with Grow or something?
If they teleported back, would they teleport back into the ship?
I hope so, but that's not... I don't really know enough about teleportation magic.
What's this about teleportation magic?
This is really inconvenient.
Extremely. Horrible.
Hey! So mean.
Well, if that's the case, then we'll just have to wait for tomorrow.
Karis lets out a long sigh, goes back up to the deck, taking her spot back and pulling out her book again.
What the hell is that dog? Go find the dog. Make sure she's okay.
And then Vera will just stay in the gallery for the rest of the day, probably. Until, like, food and stuff.
Just stalk Markus, wait for him to come out.
Then kill him.
Come on, motherfucker.
Come
on out.
You gotta get Moira out first.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then kill him.
He has to prove he's not a parasite.
Well, I mean, Karis can get Moira out of... Well, probably. Karis thinks that she can get Moira out of Markus. Maybe.
I mean, if I'm remembering correctly, she needs a diamond, right?
A gem worth a certain amount.
Plan as well. I forgot to bring that up in their conversation earlier.
I imagine I could probably get one from home. I can't wait to tell my mother some news. Oh, God. Maybe get the diamond first, though.
First, you gotta know that we need one.
That's true.
Or that we're doing this at all.
Yeah, that's true. You're gonna have to wait till after dinner, I think.
Okay, jumping forward in time, we're going to move toward the evening meal. So let's make it about 8 p.m. Just to update you guys on the map. You are going across a wide, empty plain. And in the distance, just as the sun is setting, you can see a massive spire ahead of you.
Okay.
So there's
his old buddy.
Yeah. So there's a massive stone spire that sits next to a wide and comfortable-looking valley. It's crisscrossed.
Kind of out of instinct, if I'm on the upper decks at that point, I would like scoot down and like hunch behind something. Just like I don't want the tower to see me. After everything that's happened, I feel like in general, if we ran into him again, he'd be very disappointed.
Nah.
Just in general, just Zell is disappointed in all of you.
I mean, yeah, I'd be like, this is the one thing I fucking told you this would happen, and you let it happen. You told me it wouldn't.
Hey, I never saw the guy, so.
That's true.
That's true, I slapped you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vera would have turned that whole thing around. She'd have been like, no, kill him now.
No. Do it.
Vera's always the last person to learn about things.
Everything.
Seriously, though.
Well, that's her fault. So
She does get off in a
I'm
huff
gonna
a lot.
wait out here.
nope.
What do you mean all these things happened when I wasn't present?
Vera's what really happens when you have a lone wolf character. in a Party like this.
First of all, fuck you.
Well, you play it right, though. You don't metagame, so kudos to you for that. There's so many lone wolf characters I see where it's like, yeah, but you wouldn't know anything's going on.
So the ship's cook brings up a fine meal for the whole crew, and so we'll put everyone on deck for the meal. It'd be around that time, I believe, that Sol would
Yeah, near the end of the meal at least.
would return to the ship at that point.
Anything interesting happen on the whole return portion?
You're surrounded by air plummeting to the ground.
Yeah. No, it's a similar sensation that I described earlier. I think it was more of like a blurring effect that takes place rather than like the wind effect that happens with Gro's teleportation.
Yeah.
So it's sort of just like everything goes blurry and then refocuses and you're somewhere else. So basically everything refocuses and you're in the gallery of the ship again.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll say that people are about halfway through their evening meal when that takes place.
So Sol and the person they're with just reappeared, right?
No.
No, just them?
Yep.
Oh, that ass. Alright. Okay. Sol walks their way up to the deck, kind of annoyed, but they go up, a little pouty, and they see everyone kind of eating, I guess.
Okay. You step onto the deck, and yeah, like I said, you see everybody about halfway through their evening meal.
Wait, do we see that?
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. Everyone's gathered there, and the door opens up, and Sol steps out. It's like, oh, there they are.
Wave to Soul.
Sol goes up to Lovette. How you doing?
Alright. Just busy. Look, after dinner, is there something we might need to talk to you about?
Is this like a sex talk? Because I'm good.
Excuse me?
No, nothing. What were you gonna
What does
say?
that mean? What does that entail?
I don't know. My parents never really talked to me about it, but you know.
So, okay, wait, I understand that. No, it is about our plan when we arrive in this mile.
Yeah, we're gonna go get the MacGuffinite and kill a bunch of mimics.
Like,
That's such a terrible name.
like, there's a little more than that we might want to discuss. I forget you a little less caught up and maybe I realized everyone else, we kind of want to keep it with the party.
Gotcha. Oh, there's something I do need to tell you real quick.
Yes?
Alec can't talk to you, but he can talk to me. So, if you can give me the question you have for him, I can relay it.
That won't work. Why
sorry?
can you not talk to me?
Because he's not supposed to technically be in contact with any of us?
Wait, this would kind of deliberately, this would come strongly into conflict with that directive. This is not a one-time discussion.
Sorry?
I need him to teach me something.
Well, I can't change his mind on it. I already asked.
Well, look, this is something else that I suppose I can tell you about, but I want to wait till we are in private as well on this.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Right.
But since I'm technically his employer, he's able to be in contact with me.
Okay. I think that simplifies things. That can be arranged. Okay. Well, like I said, I cannot talk about it here.
Okay, we'll talk about it later whenever you're ready.
Of course.
So, how's dinner?
Did you get to eat? Would you like some?
Oh, no, I'm good. I had some dried fruit.
What is the meal?
Probably a shepherd's pie.
I will
yum.
offer Soul part of a slice, but like either a slice or if we get a slice, then part of a slice.
Oh.
Sorry, let me describe it in better detail. It is served in a bowl. So essentially, imagine a bowl of like really thick, like meaty stew.
Oh, right.
A cream-based meat stew, and then a generous dollop of like pureed potato on top of it.
So fucking good.
Then I'll just offer up the bowl.
Soul just opens their mouth.
Okay.
They inhale the bowl.
They just look at Lovette expectantly.
Yeah, I mean, Lovette will follow through, but she gets redder in the face with every second.
Thank you. That's all I need. I just wanted to see if you'd do it, really.
She kind of looks at the spoon.
Soul ruffles Lovette's hair and stands up to go talk to everyone else. Evening, Vera. Whoa, you look angry.
Fine.
No, you look angrier than normal.
It's fine. I would like to talk to you about something later, though.
Oh, everyone does, apparently. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You sure you're okay, though? And Soul, goes to put their hand on her shoulder and then just hovers it for a second and then puts their hand down.
It's fine. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. And Soul's ears kind of droop down, and they kind of have a puppy dog eye look, but they nod and leave, and they go over to Karis. Hey, Karis.
You see the Karis is sort of only had a couple of spoonfuls of their dinner, and they set it to the side, and they were reading. She looks up.
I need to talk to you about.
She looks up. Oh.
Hey.
How are you?
Conflicted?
Karis kind of cocks her head to the side. What about?
Well, I got something I wanted, but I feel kind of weird about it.
Karis thinks about what you said. So, is it maybe something you didn't actually want to begin with?
No, I definitely want the organization.
But
it just feels weird how I got it.
I mean, is this a personal question?
I don't know. Maybe it's inappropriate to talk about. We don't have to talk about this. Never mind. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, I guess. There's a lot of plans going around the ship right now. I think we're all trying to figure out the best way to deal with the events facing us are, I guess, causing some people's nerves to rile up a bit, and I'm not sure if Lovette's handling it very well.
Oh.
So anyway, we've been discussing plans, and I think that we need you to weigh in on them as well.
Sure. Is that the thing that Vera and Lovette separately told me they have to talk to me about, or is this is there more?
That's probably.
Or do I get to just handle it in one go?
That's probably it. I imagine we could all have a team meeting, I guess.
Sure. Do we talk to Markus too?
I haven't seen Markus in a while.
Well, I guess I did pass our room, and I think I heard Vera yelling at him. But that was earlier today. They probably made up by now.
I hope so.
I want to pat Soul on their little head right now.
Do you want me to feed you, Karis? You're not really eating by yourself. You're very into that book, and I feel like you should still have something in your system.
Well, truth be told, if I eat too much, it just sort of makes me sick. I'm getting used to the airship a little bit, but anything more than a few bites and I can't really hold it down.
I'm sorry, Karis.
It's
we do so much travel. It's really rough on you.
I'm probably more suited to sitting in a library, to be honest, but
I understand that feeling.
I mean, the ginger tea that Vera made me, it really does help, so I've been trying to drink.
Isn't she just the sweetest?
Yeah, Vera's really great.
Yeah.
So what do you think is going to happen when we get to the Gnome Lands?
Oh, I imagine we'll go to whatever area the mimics are. We'll kill a bunch of mimics, and we'll get the MacGuffinite, and then we'll head back, and we'll make a stop at the Elflands, and then we'll go back to Diraham.
It will be interesting to see where you came from.
Yeah.
What?
Please don't.
You got to see my old home.
That's dark, Karis.
I'm just saying. It's the truth. We're not always proud of where we came from.
Ooh, it's not that.
What is it then?
Well, I'm just saying ahead of time to pad everything out. Maybe, don't focus too much on the building I live in the majority of my life, or where it is in the town, or the town. Just look at the garden. Yeah, that's a good place to look. Just that.
But not the sign in the garden that says Soul's family is the best.
No, that would be the tree in the gazebo. It's just a bit much. Everything in our village is a bit much. Yeah.
Do you have a library in your house?
We do! Actually, that's where I found out that my father was sleeping with other women. But that's also where he consulted me on the fact that, I'm kind of like him, too. So it's kind of a weird mixed feeling. Yeah.
That is certainly an interesting family you have there.
Oh, yep. Sure do. The servants are very vocal, too. They like gossiping. So if you want to hear anything that's happening in the town, it'll be a little exaggerated, but they'll have it. They also gossip about things happening in the house, too. Ugh.
Well, certainly sounds interesting.
And my mom, I'm sure she'll be a lot of emotions at once when we visit, actually. Yeah. I hope my daddy's there when we all visit, though. He's really awesome. I love him. I'm also mad at him still, though. Don't let him know.
Karis chuckles. It certainly sounds like you're mad.
Very mad. Skrewy's here.
Oh, shit!
Hey!
Skrewy! Hey!
Whether or not he's talking. There he is.
Hey, buddy. Well, this worked out perfectly then.
Currently, Markus is missing dinner.
Yeah.
Impossible.
It's unusual for him.
Missing dinner?
Yeah. Are you in a car?
He's in a car.
We are.
We are. Oh, he's become the Borg.
Resistance is futile.
So, it is evening, day 2 of the journey. You guys are approaching the Merry Valley in the distance. As the sun sets, you can see Zell's tower on the horizon. So if you continue at speed, you will pass over the Merry Valley in the night. It's the evening meal, and they were serving shepherd's pie, just in case you were curious, Skrillers.
Aww.
You missed it.
I mean, I think it's still being eaten currently, unless we're switching past it.
No, we weren't switching past it. So now that you're back, was there anything you wanted to do during that second day? Like, essentially Vera, lashed into you and then left, and you were still in the crew, in your party, assigned quarters. What did you want to do after that?
You mean aside from wallow in self-pity?
Okay, so that's what you're doing for the rest of the day? I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Markus feels a little down about himself.
So do you pop out to get the evening meal, or do you stay in there?
I mean, he's gonna do his normal roll to see if Eden speaks to him.
Gotcha. All right, let me make that roll for you.
He could yell out the grate that goes from the deck to the gallery, be like, with his little hands, be like, "Give me food."
He couldn't reach that. He's too short.
So of course, the every time that you've tried to do this check, you've rolled a 4 or a 5 or a 3, or
You're kidding.
something terrible. And then of course I roll it, and the first time I roll it, oh yeah.
Did you nat 20?
Did you nat 20?
No, I got a 19.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, you got a adjusted 23 on your wisdom check.
Dude, what a time, too.
Yeah.
Be alive.
Whereas all like, you shit, boy. And Aiden's like, hey, yo, I want to talk real quick.
So you say your prayers to Eden, and you're trying real hard to make some sort of connection, and you know that Eden's out there, and you just need to reach all of that to get any kind of inner peace, and it's sort of eating away at you day after day of not being able to make that connection. And today, while you were deep in prayer, you suddenly have a sense of calm, as if you suddenly feel like you're not alone in your own body or your own mind. Like suddenly there's another presence there, and even though it's not speaking, just its presence sort of gives you a feeling of like reassurance
that I'm there, that they're there, and that I'm doing something right.
Yeah, basically.
They didn't say anything, though.
They didn't say anything, but it's the calming aspects that will bring Markus out of his loathing and self-pity to go have some shepherd's pie.
Excellent. All right. In that case, you finish your prayers and you pop out of your room. You go up to the deck of the ship, and the ship's cook, Kara, will slap down some shepherd's pie into a bowl for you.
Gobble that up.
All right.
I'll go for a second.
Excellent. So you eat heartily. What's the rest of the party doing?
Well, I was thinking they'd probably pass him on the way. His way up, going down the stairs.
Okay.
After I've finished eating, so that I can talk to Soul whenever they're ready.
Did you want to say anything to Markus as you went past him, or just kind of give him a stink eye?
What do you think? Of course. Not gonna talk to Markus. I mean, the last interaction I had with Markus, I was trying to apologize to Karis, and you fucked it up for me. So.
Wow. It's all real now, guys. Damn. Nobody's happy with fucking Markus in this party.
Wait, what happened to that part?
Yeah, what did he do?
When Lovette was like, "Get out of here," so I can talk to Karis.
Oh,
and
that wasn't his fault. You just attacked someone.
Yeah, you did it really fast. Kind of like when you just kind of decided, I'm going to actually shoot Crow today.
Those were good times.
No, who's this guy? No, crossbow.
I don't like the look of him. Thwank.
Dude, so when
His
we picked
eyes
our
are too
starting traits for our characters, and I gave Lovette the Gnome impulsiveness, I was like, man, I feel kind of like I'm just taking this for the benefit. I'm not going to roleplay it. Man, I paid out for that in full.
Cash that check. Okay, so you shoot the stink eye at Markus and go down into the gallery.
I won't even stink eye him. I just kind of ignore him.
Wow, cold shoulder total. All right,
Yeah, more of that. Yeah.
done. All right, in that case,
You can't even affect Markus right now. Can't even affect.
Oh, cool. Lovette wasn't trying to. That was all Beardy, but I like to think that Lovette doesn't even notice Markus is there, and Markus is like, I'm not even upset.
I don't even care right now.
I don't care. You care. Oh, hey, Markus.
Eat me with you.
Ew.
Markus is the kind of person who like aggressively shouts "Merry Christmas" in a
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. And a Happy New Year.
So up on the deck, Sola's just spending time with Karis. They've been trying to want to explain what's happening in their life with her, but they just chicken out every time, and they're just like, yeah, life is great. But they're just mostly hanging out.
How close will we be Zill's tower?
how close will you be going to Zell's tower?
Yeah, how close will we be flying by?
Is Markus going to jump?
Relatively close. At your current trajectory, you're going to be flying actually between Zell's Spire and the Merry Valley. So...
Overnight.
Overnight, yeah.
Would it be possible if I could write a message in a bottle for present?
You're going to kill someone!
You want to write a message in a bottle and toss it overboard?
Yes, I do.
Oh my god!
I mean...
Oh my god.
Yeah, you technically can do that. I mean, the bottle's probably going to break when it hits the ground.
It hits the ground? Let's hope it hits the ground.
Yeah, not someone.
Once it reaches terminal velocity and goes through some unsuspecting halfling, yeah. Damn! 4 snorts. Shit. 5! Holy fuck!
Wow.
6! 6 snorts.
Oh, you are welcome.
Jesus, you murdering bastard.
You are welcome. Okay, I want to get a message to Zell.
Okay.
I mean, we're flying right by.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not an outlandish thing to want to try.
Sure. So what do you want to do? Do you want to just toss a message at Zell's Spire, or? Just get close enough to the spire and just huck a bottle at it. Just be like, "Fuck you, dragon!"
He's like, "Goddamn flying kids!"
It's one of the dragons like, "Dad, there's a halfling throwing shit at the tower."
They're probably just tired. Leave them alone.
Are you okay, Keni?
This is the dumbest idea I've ever heard.
I don't know. Have you heard of Lovette's new plan? I mean,
that's true.
Boy.
Well, Soul hasn't, but...
It's not my... What fucking... It was not Lovette's plan. Yeah,
that's Karis's idea.
And
Don't blame this on the gnome.
I think it's a terrible idea.
It does sound terrible, doesn't it?
Okay, how do you guys propose I get a message to him without essentially potentially skewering a poor, defenseless half?
No, I think you should do that. 100%.
No, they weren't dissenting.
It's a bad idea. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Also means it's an amazing idea.
So, in that sense, yes, I would like to message in a ball and try to have it land as close to his front door as possible.
Where all the halflings come to petition. Perfect chance. Perfect choice. Outstanding.
Oh my God.
Move.
I would assume that it's in the middle of the night, so they wouldn't be petitioning at the middle of the night.
Yeah, dude, he just does this. You'll never win. Just do your action.
Can I ask a question quick? Do the halflings there wear shoes?
No.
Of course not.
Shattered glass on the ground, great.
This game better every time.
Someone's gonna just be walking on their merry way in the merry valley and just shard up the foot. Just
Dude,
like Sam,
right.
the guy who
totally
played Sam.
Imagine they come across another dead halfling and they're like, oh my god. And they look around and try to figure out what happened and they step in a bunch of glass. They're like, oh my god. The dragon comes down and is like, what happened? And they're like, get away from me. I'm sorry.
We didn't mean to anger you, Daddy.
All halflings welcome my foot.
They band together under the belief now that Zelnarifkas has a drinking problem.
And drops bottles on the top of his...
Okay. Yeah, he does kind of have a drinking problem, but that's not really here or there.
That's besides the point.
It's well documented.
Nice.
He's a functional alcoholic.
It's when his drinking problem crosses the line. He starts throwing bottles out at halflings.
And then they have an intervention for a draft.
Which is really just more like a big party, because anytime the halflings try to organize anything, they're like, oh yeah, this has got to be a really like somber intervention, and then like 2 minutes later of like spitballing ideas, and it's become like a birthday party. That's just how these things always turn out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, halflings.
So we're throwing a bottle out with a note?
Yes.
Okay. What would you like the note to say? If you'd like to be a private message, you may send that to me privately, or yes, since you can't do that while you're driving, we can go to a separate channel.
If you don't mind.
Not at all.
So, it's a good idea, and I don't care what you say. I essentially want to give Zell an update to share with him all the adventures we've had since we've left the Merry Valley, to say that I have not consumed anyone, and essentially that I'm planning to end his life under his terms without consuming anybody.
Okay.
And also, and essentially to send him as much information as I know about absorbing Moira.
Yeah. Okay.
And I hope it lands and he gets the message.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're able to get some parchment together. You scribble down the message. You find an empty bottle. You put the message
parachute,
in there.
Maybe?
I'm afraid you don't have the resources to make a little parachute.
Long rope? Maybe?
You're pretty far off the ground. You're really far off the ground.
Oh well.
That's fine. You can hook it at the tower. It's fine.
Okay. Hook it at the tower.
No, it is like dark out, so like it's going to be difficult to get it exact because the spire is not really lit up at night.
Do you want to roll?
I'm gonna let the dice decide. I'm gonna let the fates answer that one. So as you continue, when you think you're the closest point to it, you're gonna hook that out toward the tower, hoping that someone finds it and delivers it to Zell or whatever. And
I don't know if it gets to him or not.
Right? Yeah, you're not gonna find out for a little while at least, but. Yeah, okay. So you'll do that. You'll do that tonight, and I'll go ahead and roll to see exactly how that goes. Okay. Cool. Alrighty.
Thank you so much.
Hey, no worries. All right.
So a bottle thing happened, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Did you kill someone?
You don't know.
All we saw was a roll.
That's all I know
The
too.
whole thing happened.
It's a hope and a prayer.
You're a liar.
Make a perception check.
Anyways, so do we advance time past after dinner?
Yes, we do. So, a little bit of time will pass. The evening will roll on into the night. Does anyone have anything they would like to do before they turn in for the evening?
Depends how long am I waiting for Soul to come down?
Oh, I was just hanging out with Karis because you never gave me a specific time.
Right, well, so here's something I found out that I could do. The link on the Eidolon side, we can communicate just telepathically, but for flavor, I'll say that I can speak my little receiver that I use for message, and I'll ask Archie, he's still up, so.
Yeah, you get the affirmative.
Okay, I'll go up to meet Soul, I guess.
Okay.
Sorry, are we not going to discuss what we were talking about with the decks?
Oh! I figured you'd come get me, so I was waiting with Karis.
Okay, well, consider this me doing that.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Karis puts her book away and stands up.
Yes, this might involve you, Kali, so...
What, is this not the discussion of the plan?
No, I'm saying it does involve you. It is the discussion as a plan.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, coming up.
Vera will also get up and join.
Alright, so...
Just like seeing everyone go down.
So the group gets up and moves down to the gallery, everyone but Markus. Let me roll a perception for Markus. Markus gets a pretty decent perception check. Markus, you notice the rest of the party has sort of like all spoken with each other and has moved down in sort of one group below decks. None of them made any eye contact with you.
Huh.
Soul skipped down to the deck, not knowing what this was about, though.
What would you like to do, Markus?
I mean, would I have perceived them as trying to sneak away?
Well, they all left without making any kind of eye contact to you or gesturing for you to follow in any way. So they didn't seem to be inviting you, if that makes sense.
If Markus was in the way, Vera would be glaring at them.
But Markus was on the other side of the deck at the time, so luckily you didn't have to deal with an angry Vera.
An angry look.
Yeah.
Personally, I want to see what they have to say, but I think Markus would be fine. Not fine with it, but like accepting of it.
Okay.
I will say, for Skrewy's standpoint, Markus is standing above the grate thing on the deck.
Yes.
So you could potentially listen in.
That is true.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know this. Okay.
So I'll have you roll a perception check
to see if I can hear what's going on.
To see if you can hear what's going on. So I'll do that now.
Can I get a stealth check against us too?
I mean, are you being are you whispering?
I'm not asking for us to be stealthy. I'm asking. I want to. If we notice him spying on us, then I want to do something about it.
Well, I mean,
he's just gonna shoot a crossbow bolt.
All he has to do is stand near that grate. He doesn't have to creep in or anything.
No, but if I see him standing there listening to us, then
you're not
I don't think you could.
You couldn't really
just
see
based
him.
on the angle.
Yeah. So yeah,
because it's dark anyways. Because it's not nighttime.
Right. It's nighttime anyway, and he's already on the deck. So if you guys are just in the hold, he has a reasonable chance of hearing you. None of you thought of that, so I'm going to give that roll to Markus and see what happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Skrewy to the other channel, and you guys can have your convo. So
did he fail?
His perception was that low?
Yeah, it was low enough that he's not going to hear you directly. He's going to get a snippets.
Summary.
So the four of you head down below decks, and you're standing in the middle of the hold.
So all three of you wanted to talk to me about something.
Well, Carlos and I mostly want to discuss the same thing. I think all three of us do.
Potentially. So, do you know that Markus ate Moira?
Sol kind of looks down.
Yeah.
Vera is slightly shocked by this.
I had to get a dragon to get me the answer though.
When did you find out?
On our way to Daraham?
And you didn't think that was important to tell us?
Well, you were all asleep other than Karis, and I kind of was pretty sure that Karis heard the conversation.
You see, so we will know now. And it's true.
Well, the thing is, at least what he told me was that he didn't realize he did it, but I think he's a liar.
I think so too.
Whether he's a liar or not isn't what's at stake here. It's what's in his nature that's important. I feel like I've said this a few times, and I think that you're all willing to hear me out now. that the being that we've been traveling with isn't real. It has the memories of whatever it's eaten. It doesn't make it a person. It's trying its best to be good, but that's only because Garben was good and Moira was good.
It told me it loved me.
And Sol looks at the ground. Or deck. Boards. Floor.
Other noun.
Other noun for walkie surface thing.
There it is, walkie surface.
I love it! That's much better.
But, I mean, yesterday he made a joke about eating babies, and well...
Sol kind of grabs the fabric in front of their stomach and just kind of scrunches it up in their hand.
I can't risk this.
What Karis, Lovette, and I want to do is retrieve the soul of Moira from Markus.
And we will also need to retrieve part of her body from this demon.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, you're going to bring Moira back. We need a part of her, potentially.
Oh.
A physical part of her.
Oh.
It's a good thing, so she's already dead. This is the best chance we have of giving her another life.
And it's
Is
true.
this what you want, Lovette?
I wasn't anything.
Well, last night I made Markus a promise that if he ever looked ravenous and was no longer himself, I would kill him. This is probably for the best. Just... my guts...
And Sol kind of has their hand over their mouth.
So God, sorry.
This is hard for everyone, I know.
I would like to believe, as much as you would, that Markus is the person that we think of him as. We didn't heed Karis' advice soon enough. We allowed this happen.
This is my fault.
It's not
I'm
your
so
fault,
sorry. I defended him through every second.
Of course you did.
Okay, so, yes.
He lied to all of us.
Damn. Markus is the true campaign villain. Damn.
I really wanted to believe him.
It's okay, sorry. And I didn't know not to let you down.
Moira was a good person, right?
That's the best.
Then she deserves to be back here. I'm okay with going through this. I don't know, it just hurts for some reason.
And Sol kind of puts their hand on their chest.
The parts we are saving, sorry, is the parts that you care for. This creature has a grip on the Markus, you know. It is making him something he's not. Or she is not, or they are not, whatever. The end result may be you're making the right choice.
But didn't Book say that Moira won't be, all the same anymore?
That's still not a good reason to deny her a chance at life.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I want to reiterate it for you so that in case there are any drastic changes in her personality, that you'll understand why.
Did Book say that?
I was pretty sure he did, because he was you take sand out of one sand or something, mosaic, and then you split them apart again. And then it's not all the same?
Not quite the analogy, but more or less.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm prepared for that. This isn't
Okay.
for me. This is for Moira. If she hates me afterwards for what I've done, it would still be worth it.
Okay. I'm still not comfortable with the whole we need her body part.
I know these are, but if we need it, we need it.
Okay. And this is the best way, Karis? What?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think the head was it.
If we do this, and I get the soul of Moira back out of Markus, I'm almost positive it'll destroy him. And then I can use that soul, I can reunite it with Moira's body, and I can bring her back to life. And I think
It'll destroy him?
Yeah.
Would you be able to save Galvin as well?
She thinks about it for a second. She says, "I could probably save one or the other."
Then save Moira.
But
She's been dead a lot less longer. Yeah. That.
And alive at least longer as well.
I'm not 100% sure yet. I haven't mentioned this till now, but I think I might be able to, during the resurrection process, I can probably repair Moira's body.
Oh,
Really?
She nods. I think so. We'd be making her a new body essentially from the magic alone, and, well, it would be mutable for a little while, and I think we could probably permanently fix her. It was her heart, wasn't it?
It was your heart, yes.
She nods. Then, yeah, I think we could fix... I think we could fix it.
Guys, I want to hug you so badly right now. You have no idea.
oh, here.
And Soul, like, puts up dancing lights, and then puts, like, one in between Karis and Lovette.
Lovette, get a little bit closer.
You don't have to do this. So
I know.
It's fine.
Hey, you deserve hugs, even if we can't. I want to give you the ability to in my way.
Well,
We love you, Karis.
but I don't know if I deserve a hug. I mean, we're all
Of
down...
course you deserve a
Look,
hug!
We're all down here plotting against someone that trusts us.
Soul looks away.
I don't feel like getting a reward for what we're doing. I know it's... Deep down, I know it's the right thing to do, but it still feels awful.
Yeah, it does.
Just... I don't know.
I don't want to think about it.
I feel so conflicted because I know deep down it's not real. I know that Markus isn't a real person, but at the same time, it's been traveling with us and joking with us and keeping watch at night and...
I know. And many would say the same thing about Chival, but this is different because of the stakes. Real or not, what Markus did, I can't forgive.
He honestly... Well, I don't think he honestly thinks he did it on purpose, but when I contacted Zell, he said it was completely possible to eat something. And I feel like when he started getting Moira's memories, he should have just known that he did that, you know?
Yes.
Not lied to us.
Maybe he was scared.
Well, I know she was.
In either case...
Is this the right thing to do?
No,
I have doubts.
I don't think so. But I feel like it's a
No doubts.
necessary thing. What about you, Vera?
I think it's definitely the right thing to do.
Alright.
Moira's soul was taken from her. She couldn't defend herself. We tried to save her at that time. And Markus took that.
Well, then we owe it to Moira to do our best then.
Soul's been looking at the ground a lot.
Yo, when you're playing D&D and you're planning on murdering another player character.
Woo! So, we need to get Moira's body. And in order to do that, it means we need to go into Whaler Cog. And to do that, we're going to need to end, well, the wanted level, basically, on Lovette here. Which
Well, we
leads
could
us-
also sneak in.
It's
Okay.
true, we could try to sneak in.
I do have an invisibility spell.
What do you think, Lovette?
I don't know. I said to Vera, I think that Guile is more reliable than stealth. If we know what they believe, well, should we maybe explain what your proposal was before we make a decision?
My proposal or...
Kelly's is...
So, in order to throw off the authorities, we could turn over Lovette's body.
Oh, won't she be alive, though? Or are you getting put in jail?
So the idea is that Kelly's with some diamonds could bring me back from the dead if it is not too long of a time.
Where did you get diamonds?
We are working on that now.
We haven't procured those exactly yet, but...
Soul looks unamused.
Well, is it only diamonds?
Diamond dusts or diamonds, but yeah. So we would need to procure a fair amount of that, and then what we could do is, well, turn over Lovette's body minus a portion of it that I would hold on to, and then I could use that to bring Lovette back.
So we need 2 diamonds, technically.
I think it depends on the quality.
Yes.
Do you think that maybe those 2 twin parasites that gave you a hard time, Lovette, would have such material?
Ooh.
Yes, I do. I'm pretty sure the Mars coffers have plenty of diamonds in them.
Are we robbing those gross twins?
I wouldn't call it robbing. They're holding on to all this wealth for themselves.
Really? I mean, don't kill them, you guys. I don't want to.
I mean, I don't even know if they're alive anymore.
Why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't they be alive?
They also hate my guts, so.
Didn't they explode?
Oh, right. I'm sure they're fine. Mean people seem to outlive, like, the good people normally.
That is painfully true.
But, if we can't get diamonds from them, I might have a solution.
What is the solution?
Soul holds up the ring to their mouth. Grow.
Oh, okay.
You hear Grow's voice. Yes?
By any chance, would you be able to ask Mother the next day if I can procure 2 diamonds from her?
Diamonds?
Yeah.
Who died?
Lovette's best friend, and,
I shouldn't make assumptions, but I'm guessing that's why you're needing diamonds.
yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, girl. I'm still planning on coming home after we're done in, the Steam Isle.
I look forward to seeing you.
I look forward to seeing you, too. I love you.
I love you too.
Talk to you later.
The line disconnects.
Alright. Well, I have a plan B. Just in case we can't steal them.
Hey, that sounds good. So, stealing them is something I have not considered. I figured that I might. I'm not sure at the Archibald if my mistakes have overwritten Archibald's success. There is a possibility that despite my shame, the family is doing quite well.
Oh!
But they wouldn't bank on it, no pun intended. So, yeah, and I have to admit, well, I think it might be a bit of a diversion. A heist on the Oasis does sound like a lot of fun.
I mean, we're already going to be robbing a grave. Might as well. Let's hope we never have to go back to the Steam Isle again, though.
Yeah, I really have to make sure I can never go back.
It's okay, Lovette.
Well, you could go back if you are with Moira.
That's true. If you wanted to. On the other hand, there are other places that might welcome you.
Yeah, I see, I guess.
Wherever the wind takes you, I know you're going to do great things, Lovette.
Alright, I need to talk to you about what I needed to talk with you-know-who about.
Yes!
But
Yes.
that needs to be just...
Soul blushes.
Oh, okay. I'll make myself scarce then.
Wait, hold on.
It just didn't move, okay.
What?
We still have to figure out there's
Yeah.
a potential alchemical portion of this that we don't know quite enough about.
Well, it doesn't make any
Alchemical?
sense.
How does that not make sense? Is alchemy not the breaking down of base components?
I don't understand why you would need alchemy. It's a question of necromancy, pure and simple. It's manipulating life. I don't understand what potions have to deal with any of this.
I think when I was traveling, trying to find my balance, I met across an alchemist who said it is more complicated than that. He did not tell me much, but it was a mixture of concepts. It seems like could potentially be broken down. I'm not sure. That's why I think we need to find someone who is.
Could I roll I have a craft alchemy. Could I roll that to see if I know anything that could potentially coincide with this?
Absolutely.
You got this.
Do I though? Nope.
13?
Nope.
13.
You have no idea. the
Why are-
concept sounds crazy to you.
Yeah. One day I'll roll over a 10.
Looking forward to that day.
Me too. Thanks.
It's gonna be a hell of a day. Okay, well, in that case, Karis will bow out of the conversation and go back into the party's quarters. And
Oh, do you not want me here?
Wait, I do need to talk to something with Sol in private. I thought maybe we would have to discuss Karis' plan a little more, but I suppose we have another day for that.
No, I can leave if you must talk alone.
Perhaps.
I don't see how it would help more if we weren't all together talking about this.
Well, one thing to mention first, while we are still on this topic. We did not include Markus in this conversation because we are concerned that there may be some danger. I die in proximity to him. So please be careful about not mentioning it to him.
I'll make sure he's not nearby.
Oh, I'm looking at Soul as I say that though.
Oh. Soul bites their lip, nods.
Okay.
You know I don't like doing this.
I don't like doing any of these.
Okay, thank you.
Give Vera kind of a head nod, like, I don't want to be rude, but also if you were getting going.
Fine. Go back to the quarters.
It's night, anyways. You guys should get your sleep.
Okay, you go back to your quarters, and actually, Karis will probably have a conversation with you in private as well.
Nice.
But in the meantime, or before that, we're going to switch some places here, so we're going to have a private combo. So, hey buddy, you there? Okay. Hey there. So basically, your perception check was high enough that you're going to get some snippets of a conversation. So you're like laying down on the deck next to that grate, and you catch the voices of your comrades, and they're talking about a plan that involves getting diamonds and casting resurrection spells.
Oh, cool.
So you don't really know what that's about, but you definitely picked out those two important details. Something about diamonds in order to cast resurrections or like raise dead spells to bring people back to life.
Would I be able to? Is there a role I could do to interpret?
Well, I mean, you as a cleric, you would know that like the rituals and spells required to bring back the dead require diamond dust to cast. So that's something that you would just know. You don't have to make a roll for that.
Would I know who said that? Who said it's just the conversation itself, though.
I mean, just through the conversation, more than one person was saying those phrases and words. You're not sure exactly what their real full plan is, but it definitely involves bringing someone back from the dead.
Okay. Can I do a sense motive?
Sure. Yeah. All right. Let me roll it for you. Oh, you actually got really good. 22 is your result. You can hear kind of like the tone of the conversation, and it is a tone of being conflicted. So there seems to be whatever they're saying, whatever they're talking about, they're conflicted.
It's not a consensus.
Well, not so much that they're arguing, it's that each one of them in some way is conflicted about what they're saying.
Okay.
So there's definitely some sort of debate going on.
Okay.
Or at least rather an internal debate for each one of them.
Okay. Well, Markus is at least full and content at the moment.
So that's about all you're going to get though out of that. So apologies.
Hey, that is the dice.
Yeah. Alrighty. So
Okay.
I need to jump down here because we've got Soul and Lovette having a combo, and then I think we'll have everyone back after that.
Okay, cool.
Alright. Sorry again.
No, it's part of the game.
He's back.
I'm back! Alright.
Quit talking about him.
How dare.
Lovette, you wanted to talk to me? Unmuted?
Well, I wanted to talk to Alec, but I suppose you don't understand.
I'm sorry.
You said I really wanted his professional advice first, but I suppose I will do what I must. You told us yesterday I had to really decipher my wonky notes, but you told us that you were training him, or you were employing him
Yes.
to train other spies,
Yes.
and that these spies would see you often, or more often than basically everyone else.
That's the plan, at least.
I
He'll
would
probably help me out with the process with everything, too, since he knows best.
After all this is done, and I have no home to return to, I would like to seek employment as well, as one of his spies.
What about Moira?
Well, I don't think I will be allowed to see her anymore. And hopefully, if I'm a trained spy, I will find a way to avoid the ire of my peers, if I need to see her.
Well, if that's what you want, and you're willing to dedicate yourself to me, then I will ask him. Do you understand why I need people like this, though?
I understand the basic nature of it. You are a political leader. If you are referring to something specific that is upcoming, I understand you have this fight against the enemy.
My plan is to use the spies in order to get as much information on the rest of the 8 that remain, and slowly but surely take the enemy down, peg by peg, until he is nothing.
It sounds to me like I am going to be caught up in all of that anyway. So
You're going to be what?
caught up in that as it is. We are already in this struggle against Glaive. I am not really under the assumption that his allies are going to ignore it if we destroy him. So
I'm banking on the fact that I'm hoping he's a prideful creature that hasn't told his allies. Ugh.
maybe we should not bank on anything. We should have all of our bases covered.
That's why I need my spy network, and this also requires you to not really question me when I become your employer. Do you understand that?
Are you asserting that I am in the habit of questioning you as it is?
Soul kind of ruffles Lovette's hair.
I mean well. I just want to make sure that everyone is equal when I take power in this.
I see.
Even if I'm
Sounds
probably
like a
gonna be a
conflict, Chloe.
slightly more affectionate towards you because you're my friend. You just can't tell the other spies, I guess.
I understand that, yes. I don't expect preferential treatment.
Thank you.
When would this operation of yours begin?
I suppose after I take the protectorship from my mother. I plan to train up everyone soon after.
So I have until then to bring back Moira.
Yep, we can do this. This is the way to save everyone.
Well, in formal Gnomish tradition, I am not going to necessarily apply the binds of the contract until the beginning of the term, but I'll abandon me vow. It is my pleasure to be in your employment. This is quite a turn for me. You are my employee now.
It is.
And Soul takes out their rapier and puts it on Lovette's shoulder. Gently, of course.
You will be my first spy after Alec.
It is my pleasure.
Thank you for your service.
And Soul kind of does a very appropriate one to the other shoulder and then puts their rapier away.
I'll stand when it seems appropriate.
Lovette McKinney Bodwin, welcome to my service.
Senilas, Mkini Bodon.
I always forget the middle part. I am so sorry.
It's okay. It is not.
Lovette Xenias McKinney Bodwin. Thank you. And Soul kneels down and gives Lovette a hug.
Oh, hug back, real tight.
We're gonna change the world for the better.
We'll stick together.
Through thick and thin. Although I may be sending you out from time to time, but I hope not too much once we get enough spies. I'd like to keep you safe nonetheless. Perhaps you'd be able to make us some new technology in the future.
I plan on it. I have already started ideas.
I look forward to it, my friend.
Okay, well, you're making me blush enough now. We can.
I'm sorry. But I think that finishes the conversation for these two then.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Alrighty. The two of them are out in the main hold talking, and you go into the guest quarters, and you find Karis in there as well.
Alright.
Do you think we're making a mistake?
No, I think this is our only choice. If there is a way to save both, maybe this would be a different conversation. But that would be up to if Markus was willing to give up Moira's soul on his own accord.
Should we ask?
I suppose.
I mean, while Markus may not be truly alive, or actually have a soul of his own to speak of, he is at least intelligent and seems to want to do the right thing, so it's maybe he'll agree.
I feel like it wouldn't be fair to have him not try and be forgiven for what he's done.
I started all of this journey a while ago with all of you, and I had this hatred toward any undead that could think for itself. And this last couple of days has really, this last few weeks have really shook me a bit. Just seeing Markus trying to do good despite everything, and then meeting the Queen of Daraham, it maybe Maybe my beliefs have been misplaced this whole time.
We all make mistakes in how we view others. We can only really learn from them. When I first saw Soul, I didn't treat them with any respect whatsoever. Of course I regret that now. I guess there's nothing else we can do but just try and be better. And that's what we can offer Markus. But it's up to him to decide that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay.
If he does not, though, I don't see any reason not to go through with our plan.
Karis nods.
Should we ask him tomorrow, then?
I suppose so.
All right.
Karis kind of solemnly lays down into a bed and kind of just shuts off.
Vera is just going to sit on the floor, just waiting for the others.
I guess we'll just tuck her in for the night. Day 2 done.
All right.
Does Markus go to bed?
Markus is going to stay on deck and sleep under the stars.
That's a good call.
Yeah, that is a good call.
That's interesting. Okay. Where's Archie going?
That's not really up to me. He's
Okay.
either balls up or he does something.
Okay.
I hope I didn't.
Wait, what now?
Dude, Calculate is gonna be like, what
Wait.
the fuck is that smell?
You did it in his room?
No, I did go into his room for something, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It wasn't, by the way, because I kind of forgot to tell you guys, Soul has had their eye patch down since they came back.
I've kind of lost track of if that's normal or not. I figured they'd normally do that once we got to Derham.
Nope.
Oh.
I don't think you already really said.
No, I didn't. But yeah, they've had their eye patch down since they came back. Just so you know for the morning.
All right. So, morning comes around the next day, and I'm going to roll a perception check for Markus because some shit's going to go down.
What?
Markus, you are awoken when suddenly it is extraordinarily windy.
Oh, dear.
You were just automatic, you go from being comfortable to being automatically cold because of the amount of wind blowing across the deck. You awake immediately.
Shit.
The first rays of the sun are coming up over the horizon, just
what
barely
do I see?
illuminating everything. What you see is just sort of the sky, the horizon line. Specifically, you can see the ocean in the distance.
Between mainland and steam.
Yeah, kinda, but yeah, it's pretty far off because you're still pretty far up in the air. But yeah, something's definitely wrong because there's supposed to be a bubble around the ship to keep the wind from doing exactly this.
Do I see if Calcutic is on the deck?
No, he's not on the deck.
I run down to Calcutic. Actually, at first, perception check to see if I see anything that might
Okay.
be causing.
Well, you notice that the sails are rippling in a strange way that doesn't seem to make sense to you. They're not. It doesn't look like it's natural the way they're moving. It's almost as if some invisible force is pulling them in various directions.
Motherfucker.
The crew is definitely freaking out, and they're trying to climb down. The ones that were up in rigging are moving down to try to get to more of a safe position because of the extreme wind.
All right. I think I should go bang on Calcutic's door.
Okay. You go down, and as you... okay. Apparently
Soul's awake already.
Apparently Soul's
4
awake.
hours, man.
So I'm
Right?
actually already awake too.
Well, is this morning or what?
It's 7 a.m.
Then Soul's awake because they only need 4 hours.
Yeah. Okay, so Soul, you come up on the deck right as Markus is just about to open the door. So the door flies
And we
open.
hit each other.
Pretty much. And you're immediately hit by a wave of cold air as there's just this howling wind going across the deck.
What the hell? What's going on?
I think the bubble's down. It's freezing up there. It's windy as hell.
Soul just turns around and runs downstairs.
Markus runs after.
All right. So the
Soul's banging on the door.
The two of you move down. All right. The door pops, the door opens up, and you see a happy little gnome there.
The bubble or whatever was preventing the super windy thing from happening is down, Calcutic.
It is freezing on deck.
That doesn't make any sense. He scampers past you both and runs up to the deck himself.
Let's go follow him, Markus.
Let's.
All right.
So is Archie up there as displayed?
He is in a ball right now. Certainly. All right. So you get up on deck, and Calcutic is like looking around, and he starts like barking some orders at some of the crew, tell them to get to certain places in safety and like pull certain ropes and do certain things. And he looks out and he sees the sails moving in the way they're moving, and he goes, "Oh dear."
What? What does it mean?
I think it's best we get below decks, at least for the time being.
Aye, aye, Captain.
He moves back and he kind of opens the door and ushers you all back down below decks.
What the hell was that?
He goes down here and he starts banging on the door to the rest of the party.
Oh.
What is it?
It's time to get up.
I was awake.
Bit of a situation.
What is happening, Cal?
Well, you see, I was hoping this wouldn't happen, but it apparently has, so I'm going to need all of your help.
What wouldn't happen?
Okay, wait. I'll start.
Okay,
our
so-
timer.
There's been a bit of a containment breach, and things might get bumpy for a little while.
Are we going to be
Containment
operating
what?
the ship, or are we going to be fighting something else?
Maybe both. So, you may have noticed that this ship flies.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It may have crossed my mind.
Well, did it cross your mind as to how a ship can fly?
Magic.
Yes.
Magic don't gotta explain shit.
Well, yes, essentially magic. Now, the magic that makes this particular ship fly, or, well, honestly, most of the other ships I've seen that fly as well use the same method, and that is, well, harnessing the power of the air, you see.
Okay.
And sometimes the air doesn't like that.
You mean air elementals are currently angry at us?
He nods.
Do you have air elementals trapped in this ship?
Well, trapped is, harsh word. So,
Oh my
how
god, you
about
have air
imprisoned?
elementals in here?
So now's not really the time for a moral quandary. We are thousands of feet up in the air. We'll solve the morality of this issue.
So,
when we make time for it.
it appears that some other elementals sniffed out the ones that are bound in the ship, and it appears they're trying to break them out. So, unless you
Can
all
I
want
talk to them?
die a rather crushing death at terminal velocity, I ask you all to maybe help me get them away from the ship.
Well,
Okay.
is Archie's timer ready yet?
It will be soon. Okay.
Alright, I'll head upstairs before he busts open in the deck.
So, what y'all are gonna see...
I thought we had avoided the air elementals from the past.
Huh.
They always come to get you.
coalescing wind and cloud and like just general anger seems to be coalescing around, and it looks something like this.
I really wanted it to be
shit.
flipping us off.
Yeah, I thought
Can
it
you
was.
describe that actually, though?
Certainly. So imagine a humanoid form coalesced out of cloud and smoke and lightning.
And pure pissed offness.
Pure pissed offness, yeah. So the beings themselves look roughly humanoid, but they're made of swirling clouds and air.
And
I thought
pretty
air
snappy.
elementals were supposed to be nice.
Not when they trap with buddies and make them haul a ship around.
We can get into the nature of elementals later. I think right now I just need you to get rid of them. So
Vera's jaw will disconnect as she turns into her mellifera's boon form.
Wait, jaw?
Yeah, it turns into like a mandible. It usually stays connected, and they can be parted as a mandible.
It's really fucking gross.
It's really fucking cool, you guys.
Have you ever seen the movie
love
The
it.
Fly?
The original.
The original, yeah. Or the one with, what's his name?
the black
Jeff
and white
Goldblum?
one. You're talking about the black and white
I'm talking
version?
about black and white.
Yeah, the old version.
Oh,
the
okay,
original.
no. I'm talking the one with,
Bloom.
The one that ends with "Help me." That
Yeah.
one. Oh, such a freaky ending.
Fucking so good.
Oh god, it's such a creepy ending. All right, rolling initiatives. Oh, look at that. That is some bad luck for the party.
Fuck.
What? Why?
So
Why?
They rolled really good because they rolled good.
they rolled really well. Yeah, they rolled 24 initiative, so they won initiative. Okay,
So you
so
go first.
these two air elementals, these two huge air elementals, they're going to fly in from the sail. Like they were basically pulling on the sails because there's two sails, one going on either side of the ship, that sort of just grasp at the air. And these air elementals were kind of like tugging on the sails, trying to like rip something free from them, but you can't see what they're doing. You get the idea that there's probably air elementals that are bound into the sails of the boat to keep it aloft. Anyway, the huge air elementals are going to react to your presence negatively and swoop in for an attack. So I'm going to go ahead and place everyone on a block. So everyone's on squares. There we go. All right. So they're going to swoop in there and attack.
Great. Yay.
Well,
Yikes. Okay. Hits and deals 16 damage to Soul.
Okay.
All right. Elemental 2 is going to swoop in and attack Vera on the other side of the ship. That's also a hit, and that is going to be 13 damage to Vera. Let's see. Karis is awake, and we'll put Karis on the top of the stairs. And Archie is deploying, we'll say, any second now. So he'll pop up probably on his turn. All right, Soul.
Hi there. It's your boy. You're probably wondering how I got here. Funny story. So I've got everyone on Inspire Courage +2, and then I'll try to use Symphonia's Wit, because I did that as my move action, pretty much. I'll attack the one that's to the right side of the ship.
Okay. So
And
making a ranged attack in melee is going to provoke. So that's going to cause Air Elemental number 1 to take a swing at you.
fuck.
That is going to hit and deal an additional 8 points of damage.
Awesome.
Alright, and also,
I feel great.
and also your attack misses.
Yep. I feel awesome.
Alright, it's going to take us on to Vera.
All right, if I move back 5 feet, am I out of its range?
No, they have, they're huge creatures,
big.
so they have a very large attack range.
Fuck.
And I don't even think you can fly up at this point because they too
Yeah.
flowy and shit.
But they're better at flying than you. I'll put it that way.
I guess I'll just attack it with Mellifera's Sting.
Alrighty.
All right, so I take a swing, and that is a 30 and a 20.
Okay, the 30 is going to hit, the 20 is going to miss.
All right,
Go ahead with damage.
rolling damage. And that is 17 damage.
Okay, yeah, you got a 4 and a 3 on your d4s, plus your 10 modifier.
I'll also attack with my Poison Sting,
Excellent.
and that doesn't hit.
No, that is an 11, misses. Okay. It's going to take us to Lovette.
I'll start casting Summon Monster, level 4.
Okay, so
Okay.
Lovette begins casting a
Does it provoke?
spell, and it provokes from both well, let's see.
No, one of them already.
One of them
used
already went.
Yeah.
So
I was really hoping Vera was going to provoke the other one, so I wouldn't have to worry about this.
Let me actually make
Prepared
sure
for
that they
it.
don't have combat reflexes. They have combat reflexes.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope. So here we go.
This is where we die.
Alright, that's a hit and a hit. Here we go. So I'm going to do 2 concentration checks.
First one is a 22.
Okay, roll again.
Come on, baby. The second one was a 19.
The DCs were 22 and 18.
Yeah!
Okay.
Alright,
Does that mean I pass?
that means you pass.
Jesus, thank God.
Okay. So you continue casting your spell. Markus, you're up.
Oh, fuck. Just gonna stick to, channeling.
Alright, you channel energy,
Thank you.
and you heal for 11 hit points.
Better
Woo.
than nothing.
Been fine.
Alright, you have a
Vera's
move
fine
action
now.
if you want to take it.
That's true.
Oh, no. Actually, question. Can I go below deck and still channel energy?
No.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
what the fuck?
I mean, it would mean that he'd be safe to do it.
I guess.
That's my point. I'd just be considered just sitting there going, hum.
So Calcutic is going to have his staff out, and he's going to start concentrating on it. Archie
I don't want to
appears.
know about his penis.
I do, though. So
Alright.
give me those deets.
Archie's orb rolls out from Lovette's pocket and deploys into a large automaton. What's Archie doing?
He'll go to take this guy that's been hidden in soul and hit me. I'm going to grab him with both electric-y hands and try to shock some sense into him with some power attacks. So that was a 34 to hit for the one attack, or it was a natural 20 for the one attack, and a 30 to hit for the other one.
Okay. It does not confirm, but you do get 2 hits in.
That is 22 damage from one hand and 24 from the other.
Can I ask a question to use Lore Master?
Yeah, what's up?
I wanted to know if the air elementals would be affected by sonic damage?
Yeah, so go ahead and use your Lore Master, and I will tell you
Okay.
I know
a
what
bit
their
about
strengths and
air
weaknesses
elementals. Okay, so you focus your mind, and something fills your brain with a lot of information. You get a temporary blessing from Symphonia. And
Whoa.
And Symphonia's like, sup?
Where did you come from?
I've always been here. I've always been here, bitch.
Oh, okay.
Am I taking drugs again?
You've probably taken drugs. You were more fun on drugs than you are now.
I can't take drugs right now, Symphonia. I'm
Whatever.
kind of pregnant.
I don't need to hear about
Okay.
this.
All right.
Alright, so, air elementals. You know that they are, they have a DR5 all, so they're just going to take 5 damage off of anything you do. And they also have a lot of immunities. And this is something that today I learned. The only elemental that's immune to its own element is it's a fire elemental.
Huh.
There you
That
go.
makes sense.
So, a fire elemental is immune to fire damage, but a earth elemental is not immune to acid damage. An air elemental is not immune to electricity, and a water elemental is not immune to cold. So, to me, that's very odd, but okay. So it is. So let me go ahead and re-up that damage.
Nice.
There we go.
We really need that.
Archie finishes his turn. Okay.
Sonic hurts them?
Sonic does
I
hurt.
swear to God.
Yes!
Did the 25 hit?
Yes. Curious is not really sure what to do back in the stairwell.
Kill the guys.
Kill the beast.
Kill the beast. Kill the beast.
Stop hitting my robot.
Alright, so Air Elemental 1 is going to double attack against Archie and hit with both attacks, dealing 16 damage in the first and 10 on the second. Air Elemental 2 is going to make a double attack against Vera, hitting on both attacks, dealing 12 damage and 14 damage. So they come in and they're swinging their massive, electricity arms at you, and just generally causing a lot of havoc and destruction on the deck. The crew that are still on the deck are running for shelter and trying to just stay away from these two, enormous air elementals. Soul, you're up.
Hi, it's your boy. I'm gonna step 5 feet over near Markus,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna attempt to do a single hit on the elemental on the left of the ship with
The left of the
Symphonia's
screen?
Wit.
Or the left of the...
Left of the screen.
Okay.
That's a 22 to hit.
That does hit. You can roll the second one as well if you'd like.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah, you 5-foot step, so you can make a full attack.
23.
Yeah, they both hit.
Yay! 1 damage, 9, 2 damage, 12.
Excellent.
Very nice.
Yay!
Cool. Alright, so you strike with Symphonia's Wit in melee, dealing respectable damage.
Yay!
Alright. Vera, you're up.
Keep attacking with Mellifera's Sting.
Alright.
We got a 19 and a nat 1, as usual.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to make that confirmation check, please.
20.
Alright. That is a critical miss.
Hi, Archie.
Yay.
Oh,
Or me.
guys.
Oh, God.
Guys. You lucked
Oh,
out.
shit.
There are 52
what?
cards in this deck. This is the best one.
What's that?
This is really like the fuck you to the DM critical miss card. The name of the critical miss is called No Way! It is a critical miss that hits the target and deals minimum damage, which
Yes.
pisses me off that this card even exists, but such
It's
is life.
brilliant.
So even though you missed, you hit and still deal minimum damage. So this is the best critical miss card. All right, so that means you are going to deal what? I'll just
15?
drop it on him here.
Oh no, I forget.
12.
12 damage.
Yep. You deal 12 damage to the air elemental on a nat 1.
I was
Thanks,
like, God
Dan.
damn it, I never hit. Oh, I hit when I fail as hard as possible. Okay.
So apparently you failed so spectacularly in your attack that you still managed to hit it.
Like the scythe hula hooped around her hip on accident and then still hit it, and she just grabs the scythe after it's done and just is like, okay.
That was deliberate.
We all watch it happen. Mind you, we all watch it happen, and we all just look at each other and just shrug.
Like, that was on purpose, right? Yeah?
Even
Yeah.
All right, Lovette, what are you summoning?
I am going to summon a giant scorpion.
Cool.
Augmented giant scorpion.
Augmented giant scorpion. Okay, it gets to go immediately. All right, so go ahead and explain what it looks like.
So, it's almost tank-like. It's got 2 really large cylindrical, egg-like chunks with gears attached that have the arms, and then another one in the middle with the tail attached and 6 legs on the side, as a scorpion bee. Got the traditional McKinney Bodwin markings all over it. Like the ant, it doesn't really have a face. It does have the bitey bits, but no, you don't see any oculars, maybe just a little slit I can see through. And it's gonna go and attack this one next to Vera.
Okay.
2 claws and a sting. And the claws have grab.
Let's just go ahead and do your turn first.
Sure.
So, what would you
Right.
like to do on your turn?
I am going to... So, can I cast defensively? I forgot about that. And
Yeah,
then
you-
I can...
You can cast defensively.
I'm casting Bull Strength this time.
Okay. That's going to be
I'm going to cast it on Vera.
DC 19. All right,
Well, I
pass.
got a 29, so that is another pass.
Okay.
So, Vera, you got yourself a big
And
old mechanical exoskeleton now
Very nice.
that I unfold and strap onto your back.
Okay.
Okay, so how did this scorpion work then?
It's fine. I'll just roll it.
Okay.
It's easier that way. Boom. Hey. All right. So attack number 1, claw, 14
Yeah.
plus 6, 20, miss.
Okay.
Second attack, claw number 2, 3 plus 6, 9, miss. Third
Okay.
attack, sting, nat 20 plus 6, 26, auto hits. Confirmation roll, nat 20 plus 6, 26. What we got here, my friends, is a perfect critical.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
So a perfect critical, I mean, we've gotten perfect crits before, right?
I don't
think we got
know.
one.
Probably.
You both the max damage and the card, correct?
Yeah,
think-
so a perfect crit does max damage.
I think Lovette got one with her crossbow on a vampire,
Probably so.
maybe?
I think you might be right.
So you get to do 20 damage to Air Elemental number 2. Air Elemental number 2 is, of course, being the fact that it's made of air, is immune to poison. So I'm not even going to roll that. And since it failed both claw attacks, it doesn't get to grab. And that is its turn.
All right.
All right. So it's Marcus'
just
turn.
Yes, it is. Marcus just saw some amazing stuff, and all he's just gonna do is chill.
That's what a cleric's for.
Okay. Channeling heal.
There he goes.
Boom. 14.
Okay.
Yay!
Ah,
Right, you fully healed Lovette, Soul, and Archie. Well, Archie might still be injured. He is.
Now
like
for
a
us to
scorpion.
all get hit again.
And Vera's still slightly injured.
I
Okay.
also targeted a scorpion.
He's fine.
Yay!
He never got hit.
He wasn't injured. He just came into being.
Oh.
All right. Calcutic is going to continue focusing energy on his staff. It begins to glow with a blue light. All right, Archie. Okay, that is 1 hit, 1 miss. Go ahead and roll 1 damage. That is 22 against the air elemental before DR. And you have your wing buffets if you wish to use them. All right, there's another one. Nat 20, followed up by a confirmation roll of 27. The other attack was also a hit at 15 plus 10 at 25. So we're going to roll the critical damage first. So go ahead with the wing buffet critical. You hit for 25 damage, and that's bludgeoning,
Nice.
which, of course, they're immune to. I think these guys are actually immune to criticals, but fuck it. I don't care. All right, and then go ahead with the normal damage again. There we go. Okay, so the crit card was Crushed Skull, which is non-applicable, so can't do it. All right,
Oh, well.
you do a total of 40 damage before DR on that elemental, making it heavily wounded. Karis is still in the stairwell. She has no idea what to do, and she, at this point, just sort of looks scared and ashamed. Air Elemental 1, double attacking Archie, both hit. 10 and 10. Elemental 2, double attacking Giant Scorpion. Oh my god. Oh, it's all kinds of luck today.
Oh.
Double ones it rolled.
Oh.
On its attacks, double ones. And then, of course, on its confirmation checks, both pass, which means it just missed. Okay, so
Oh.
you're up.
My turn. I'm gonna 5-foot step back next to Calcutic,
Okay, you 5 foot back.
and then I'll do a full attack on the elemental to the left of us.
Okay, you are still within reach of that elemental, so he is going to try to hit you if you want to do that.
So it has to be melee?
Melee or it's going to provoke, yeah. You have to be more than... They have a 15-foot reach. They have very long
these
arms.
bitches!
Yeah.
Fine, give me the melee.
Okay.
That's a 15 and a 21.
Both attacks miss.
Ah!
Vera.
Alrighty. So, if I move up 20 feet, it's like right above Calcutic, would I be out of reach?
So if you went like here, yeah, that would be out of reach. It's going to provoke a bunch. What you can do, though, is you can either make an acrobatics check, try to avoid it, or you could make a withdrawal action to avoid one from each target.
No, I still want to do stuff, so I'll just attack with Mellifera's Sting.
Okay. Yeah, the reach on these guys is kind of one of their biggest advantages. All right,
Man,
that
gave
is
that
one
buff.
hit, one miss. Okay,
That is 16 damage.
Yep,
Nice.
Then I also do a poison sting.
excellent.
Miss.
All right, Lovette.
All right, dropping another bull strength, this time onto Archie's. Got ready to roll that die. It's a 24.
Okay, that's going to pass.
A little switch in my gauntlet, and Archie reinforces to the more muscular looking, almost Spartan kind of getup that he gets.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay, Giant Scorpion's going to continue attacking Air Element 2. He is going to hit with Sting, miss with Claw 1, hit with Claw 2. So he gets 2 hits. It's that one and that one. Markus.
What do you think? Poor Archie.
All right, 15 channel. Good job. It's a respectable number there. All right, move action.
Nope. I stay put.
All right. Calcutic continues concentrating on whatever spell he's doing. His staff has it is now fully illuminated in blue light and has energy pulse, like light electricity, crackling through it.
Cool.
Archie.
I think. Kill
All
him,
right, let's see if we
Archie!
can finish him off. Double power punch.
Power
That is
punch!
a 18 and a 31.
With a 31 hits.
That is 23 damage before.
You killed it! Yay!
All right, 23 damage, and Air Elemental 1 fades away. It sort of just dissipates.
He's in range to do the attacks in the other one, so I guess he'll follow up with. He's got cleave. I want to cleave.
You have cleaving finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Found it.
One moment.
So,
I believe it does have to be adjacent. Allow
Okay.
me 1 second to verify that. Yeah, it must be adjacent to the enemy and also within reach. So, yeah.
Can I still do my wing attacks in the other one, or am I
Yes.
done?
Yeah, then you can wing attack the other one.
All right. That was a 27 and a 13. The 13 was a nat 1, though.
It is a nat 1. So, which one is first?
Attack number 2 was the one.
Yeah, attack number 2 was the 1. So go ahead and resolve the damage on the first one. Cool. 13.
13.
And now go ahead and roll another attack.
It's 27.
No, 27
No,
was
no.
the first one.
No, 27 is the first one. Okay.
That's so weird.
So it only misses. It does not critically miss.
Whew. Nice work, Archie.
Alright, that's his turn. Alright, Karis is up, and Karis is, again, not really able to do anything, so she forgoes her turn. Air Elemental number 2 is going to make a twin slam attack, this time against Archie, hitting once. Soul, you're up.
It me!
And you,
Alright.
you are 5 feet, a 5-foot step away from being outside of its attack range.
Oh, thank fucking God. Let's move that way.
Also, I believe you have point blank shot, right?
I do.
Yeah, you want to make sure to apply that if you haven't.
I just did.
Excellent.
I do inspire courage. Can I still get a hit with Symphonia's Wit?
Yes.
And then I'll hit the last arrow. 27.
That's a hit. Go ahead with damage.
Woo! 7. Not
All
that
right.
great, but I still hit him.
But you still hit him. All right.
I have very weak moves.
All right. Vera.
All right. So Vera will run to the left side of the ship,
Okay.
allowing a attack of opportunity.
Okay. It's gonna be 2 attacks of opportunity because they have combat
Okay.
reflexes.
All right.
Markus will get us.
Okay. Second one, critical threat that does not confirm. So,
Phew.
but they are both hits. So here we go. Boom 1 and boom 2. That's 16 and 16. Okay. You move to the other side of the ship, and you got the rest of your turn.
All right. So Vera will uppercut her arm into the air, and a small line of blue will emanate in a small line like 40 feet into the air, and then explode into a 10 by 10 square of blue flame.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using the flame strike.
Lovely. So it sounds.
The Azure Flame, baby!
All right. Calling down
All right.
that blue flame strike. Okay, so he successfully reflex saves. Go ahead and drop the damage on him.
That is 20 damage.
All right, it's half to 10 because of his save. So you deal 10 damage to the air elemental.
Yeah.
All right, Lovette.
All right. Well, let's get that scorpion doing its thing. And I'm going to give Archie an evolution surge. So it turns out that in order to upgrade his strength, now that he's large, it takes 4 points instead of 2. So I'll burn the level 3 type, but I'm going to upgrade his strength by 2.
Okay, and that's a level 3 spell.
Correct.
Do you want to defensively cast that or just cast it?
Defensively. Come on, baby. 25.
All right, pass and get to cast your evolution surge.
I've got when he's big now, he's got these slots in his legs that I take one of these little vials half filled with like this blue liquid, stick in the slot, and his arms and legs reinforce even a little bit more. Got some pistons going.
Alright, and it's going to take us to the Scorpion Giant, which is going to try to do a full attack, and misses on everything. Markus.
Do the useful thing that I'm here for. And I can't do that right.
I mean, you can do
That's
whatever you
okay.
like.
I think we were good anyways.
Yeah, we're okay.
Yeah,
Appreciate it, though.
the only
Archie
person that
appreciates
was like Archie and Vera had taken a little bit of damage, but they're holding it together.
Okay, well there you go.
So that's good.
And no move action for me. I
Okay.
stay put.
That takes us to Calcutic. So he has now like channeled a bunch of energy into his staff. He is going to aim that staff at the air elemental, the remaining one, now that it's been weakened significantly. And he is going to fire the staff itself is going to arc a bunch of lightning bolts over at it, and they sort of like the lightning wraps around the wrists of the humanoid form that the elemental has taken, and sort of like looks like shackles or manacles. And he like pulls it from where it is over to him, and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and it eventually gets absorbed by the staff.
Oh, jeez. Oh, okay.
All right, cool.
He looks
We could have taken him.
he looks relieved.
Did you just catch a Pokemon?
He taps the staff on the deck of the ship, and the wind stops. Whew. Well, that was certainly something.
Oh, certainly was. Where's Kelly's? Is she okay?
I think she's still below deck.
I'm right here.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't know what to do.
We don't need to be silly about anything.
You're fine. We're just glad you're safe.
It's just that none of my magic affects those kinds of creatures.
Really?
Huh. That's weird.
That's amazing.
We handled it.
The giant scorpion trots over, looks at Lovette, looks at Archie, and then kind of like seizes up and falls to the ground.
Well, that was kind of sad. All right. Archie, way to go, buddy!
And Soul runs over to him and like puts their hands up for a high five, and then like their face is like great until their brain goes, maybe I'm regretting this decision.
Archie, not quite understanding your gesture, picks you up and holds you like a small baby.
Oh, yeah, the regret is full on Soul's face.
Because like
Archie, set some down.
Archie mostly just is used to getting orders to hold people. So Archie just kind of assumed.
It's okay, buddy. You didn't have to pick me up. I was just thanking you for being awesome.
Archie sets you back down.
You get this, Archie. I'll demonstrate a high five with Soul.
Soul puts their hand down for Lovette.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this is an affirmative thing, Archie. It means that you did a good job.
Soul raises their hand for Archie to like replicate.
Archie like carefully reaches his hand down and touches.
Good job!
It's like teaching a dog to high five.
Well, are we going to have to deal with that again?
On our way back?
Hopefully not. Calcutic walks over to one of the sails, and he reaches the staff down and touches the staff to the sail. And you see, like, energy move out from the staff into the sail. If anything, we might go a little faster now.
Okay. Well, the faster the better, in my opinion.
I agree.
Should that change our arrival time?
Well, I mean, it's still the third day, so the initial estimate will be correct.
I see.
So he starts shouting to the crew to take their stations again and to make preparations for landing.
Vera will also heal herself.
Okay. And speaking of landing, Calcutic is going to ask where exactly in the Steam Isle are we landing? And he will unfurl a map to everyone, which I believe is the first time you guys have seen this one.
No, we've seen this one. Haven't we?
Nope.
No? Oh.
I think I might have shown this one to you, but not to anyone else.
Whoopsies! Well, I've seen the map.
And we're all very proud of you.
Thanks, Vera.
Okay, so the very south is where this cave where the MacGuffinite is, right?
Yeah, roughly. It's in the south of the island, yes.
I mean, that's where we'd want to land, right? Take care of that first.
What are all these settlements?
So there are some farms and outlying things outside of Whaler Cog, just to the east of it. That's where that spa is. And then if you continue to the east, there's like a crossroad where there is a small fort that the gnomes have set up there to just sort of keep the peace. Be a lookout against the indigenous mimic population.
Right.
And then if you go to the south, there is, a couple of mining towns. Nothing too major. There's like one little spit of forest, and that's also like the main source of lumber for the gnomes. So it's like a lumber / mining town there. And then if you were to go far to the north, that's certain death. So most gnomes don't go that way. Not since the wars began. But pretty much the further you get from Whaler Cog, the more dangerous the island is. Because, dim mimics.
What's the name of this town to the south? Would I know that?
That's an excellent question.
I already used my lore master, so...
Mimicville.
No, you guys actually haven't found that town yet, and it has a different name. I actually am quite happy with the Mimic's town name.
I don't remember how to pronounce it. Oh, I've been said it by now.
Do you remember it?
I faintly remember it. I don't remember exactly what it is. I'm looking for the link.
Is it Mimikyu?
No, the name of the Mimic capital is Simulacropolis.
Simulacropolis. What's that?
I didn't even know mimics had settlements.
It's the only one of its kind.
Pretty fucked up.
Perhaps we should sit down in around Britain see if the world of my actions has reached the outlying settlements, and procure mining supplies, because we are in lack.
I thought you could take care of that.
I can in worst case scenario, but I'll try to not have a worst case scenario.
So do we just hold you up and say, do you know this gnome? Or
no, we avoid doing that. If someone recognizes me on the street, or maybe I will disguise, and if it is so bad that people are seeing souls disguise, we'll right at it. But I would get an idea if how bad this would be, and we could also pick up rumors.
Alright, if you think that's a good idea, and we're willing to run the rest of the way, that's fine.
Okay, I mean, I'm open to other ideas, this is just a proposal.
Is there a town near where the MacGuffinite is?
Where is the MacGuffin on the map?
You guys know that it's somewhere in the south of the island. There's that's where the...
So it's away from Simulacropolis.
Yeah. Simulacropolis is believed to be somewhere in the north of the island.
North, yeah.
And that's the absolute most dangerous part of the island, according to the gnomes.
We were right. I mean, we should ask... I mean, I don't know how Archie feels about... I'll ask him through my receiver. How do you feel about digging a lot, Archie, into a mountain?
He responds by saying... Which, roughly translates to, whatever you wish, master.
I just feel bad for him.
Exactly.
Like, I want him to just be a person.
He is a person, what's that mean?
It's always just whatever you want. Like,
Well, yes, I agree. I'm going to have a talk with him about calling me master. I do not make it.
I prefer the term god, or...
Or creator is simply enough.
Creator, yeah.
Oh,
Mama.
technically not the creator. I mean,
life
grandfather. His grandfather created him.
But, so that technically makes Archie's father then is Lovette's grandfather, which means Archie's technically your uncle.
Pretty much, yeah.
Boom.
Respect
Science.
your elders.
That's weird enough. I don't want to think about that. That's family politics are already awkward enough. Okay, well, I mean, if we don't have any other ideas, then I guess we can go with landing near Brittlmore. We would have to find a way to get to Whaley Dog.
Well, didn't Cal have an idea of where the resource was?
Well, this is the closest safe place we can land, how cutie.
Oh, this baby can put down anywhere.
I guess we did land in the middle of the square.
I mean, if we do go to Whaler Cog, we'll probably have to bring the airship over there, just so we stay close to it, so we can leave as fast as possible. Huh?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
We do want to leave
So-
as fast as possible.
How about we go to the area where we vaguely think that the MacGuffinite is, and then we have him take the ship over to Whaler Cog, do what we need to, and then get out.
This sounds like a plan.
Cool. Awesome. And then we'll make a stop at the Elflands on our way to Daraham. Great. Good plan, everyone. High five. Soul reaches down and ruffles Lovette's hair.
Lovette blushes as usual.
All right. So, you want Calculated to set the ship down as close to the MacGuffinite deposit as is possible?
Yep.
Alright, wilderness drop then. Cool. Okay, so, it's daylight. You guys are over the ocean. You can see the steam isle in the distance. The ship makes its way down past, you can see Whaler Cog on the coast, and you keep it to your left. As you swing further and further south, you get to the edge of the island, swing north and start crossing over the land, and you start going deep into these mountains in the southeast of the island. So it puts you guys somewhere in this general vicinity. See that, Mark?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
From the time that we were battling the elementals to now, how long has it been?
Hour or 2 hours.
Okay, cool. Wanted to see if there was time for a slap.
Yeah. I wanted to ask Markus something, actually.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't remember what the spell's name is, though. Beardy, help.
What?
The spell to find out about...
Oh! I believe the spell is just called Divination.
Markus, would you mind memorizing a spell for me at some point to help me out with finding out something?
Sure. What's the name?
Could you memorize the divination spell, please? When you have time, of course.
Certainly.
Thank you. I need some help figuring some things out, and hopefully you can help me with that.
That'll be my honor.
Thanks, Markus. Alright.
So you're asking Markus to identify what your baby is?
Yeah.
Well, trust in someone who just threatened to eat babies like a day ago.
I mean,
Oh, you sure are, Markus. So we're landing the ship.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so the Agile comes in, angled pretty harshly toward the ground as you're getting closer and closer to the surface. Some of the peaks of the mountains are now like looming above your ship now, because you're weaving into the mountains themselves. And the ship is sort of nimbly moving between peaks and through cracks and crevices between rocky outcroppings. Now, like most places in the Steam Isle, the rocks here are almost entirely like dark, either a dark brown or black color. The smell of sulfur permeates everything out here. So this place sort of smells of sulfur and brimstone, and you can see some of the peaks in the distance have active volcanoes inside them. So there's certain peaks have like stacks of black smoke sticking out. And Calcutic is standing behind the wheel, spinning it this way and that as he's navigating through the area. And you can tell he's navigating through almost some sort of sixth sense as he's being led toward something that he can sense. The ship finally comes in for a landing and ends up hovering about 10 feet off the ground. You're on a wide stone outcropping that's near an enormous fissure in the ground. This is as close as I can get you.
Thank you, Cal.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
He reaches into his pack and he pulls out a piece of metal and hucks it at Lovette.
Okay, I'll try to catch it.
Alright, please make a dexterity check. Or a reflex save.
Not even a combat maneuver.
Nice. I was so ready for this. Because
You,
it's just so characterful for Lovette. It's just those things I can't guess them.
Yeah, so you try to grab it and it misses your hands and clatters to the deck of the ship, and you kind of like run over and grab it. It is a piece of metal about 8 inches long that is essentially 2 pieces of metal that split off from a single metal handle. You recognize what it is immediately. It is a tuning fork.
I see.
Is this what we use to find the MacGuffinite? Or is this a way to call you?
Oh heavens, no. No, that's to call the ship when you're done.
Like,
Okay.
just ping it.
Just strike it against something, but please only use it when you intend to summon us.
Okay.
You got it.
It agitates the engines.
Wait, I mean, we'll be tossed around a little bit, most likely. So just be prepared for some agitated engines, but we will do our best effort.
Good luck on your search.
Thank you, Calcutic, and thank you for your help.
Just doing my duty. So,
We'll call you when we're ready.
the rope bridge is thrown over the side, allowing you guys an easy climb down to the surface.
Vera will jump off the ship.
Because she's got her wings going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Alright, you,
Archie will probably fly down as well.
Okay. The two of you fly off the ship and land all fanciful.
I'll climb.
The rest... The rest of the party, those who are bound to the ground, will climb down the ladder like, normal people.
I mean, Markus could fly.
Yeah, but
Is it worth
is it worth
wasting
that?
I mean, I could make Markus fly.
Lovette!
All right. So you guys unload from the ship, and once you land on the ground, the crewmen roll the rope ladder back up, and the Agile takes off and disappears into the sky. You look around, and you see a craggy, smoky landscape around you. It smells of brimstone, and it's swelteringly hot here. There are volcanoes in the distance, and you feel like you're being watched.
All of us?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just have the sense that you're not alone out here.
I know
Something
it was
doesn't-
part of the plan, but watching that ship fly away really feels like we're being abandoned.
It's fine. We're gonna be fine. We've got alcohol!
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got 10.
All the bottles, the bottles, clear bottles. What is real?
What?
I don't even know what she
Be
said.
careful of any rocks. Just watch out for everything.
Should we throw rocks at rocks?
No, I mean, what if the rocks you throw the mimics?
Okay, well, I'm gonna start walking in the direction of the MacGuffinite now, I guess.
Okay.
Which direction would that be?
But
Yeah, I don't know. So, what kind of knowledge do I need?
Okay, so around you, the only feature that is of interest near you, the only natural feature, is a large fissure in the ground.
Oh, God.
At its widest point, it's about 5 feet wide, and it's about 30 feet long.
I will cast light down it.
No.
What?
Streams of white smoke kind of gently come out of it, and you can hear like a faint hissing coming out of the fissure.
What?
Again, it smells strongly of brimstone.
oh, wait,
So-
it's not going down.
But, oh, God.
What?
No, me as a person,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
panicking. Because I hate the idea of, crawling in tight, enclosed spaces. So it's kind of freaking me out. Oh, God.
And this is the same day that all of this stuff happened?
Yep.
Oh boy. Alright, let's see. That's the thumb runs to 3, so I could get... Well, I've only limited number of time for the digging, so I should hold off on that until we know where we're going. But
Could I roll a knowledge geography or survival to try and see, based on the rocks, if there be more mineral deposits of any kind in certain directions?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Which one should I do?
Knowledge geography.
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah, you're not really sure. Looking around with a result of a 9, you look around and you think that this is as good as a place as any.
All right.
May I?
Yeah.
Ugh, 12. I don't
Same
know.
same answer.
That's not.
Yep.
Yeah. I thought I'd try for it.
so where are we digging?
Here. As good as any.
Okay,
Yes.
well, what does that mean? Where? Point somewhere.
Soul just takes their hands and just gestures at the ground.
I mean, are we supposed to go into the...
I think we're supposed to
Crevice?
go in there.
Archibald is not going to fit on there.
Can he ball up and then expand?
Yeah, depending on how deep it is, I could call him down.
Well, why don't we look first before we make any decision?
Marcus, why don't you go first?
Such love.
Because I like to live. No thanks. I choose life.
Fine, I'll go.
Do you, though? Do you choose life?
Ah,
Vera will
Alright.
drop into the crevice.
Oh, I could. Okay.
Can I see anything?
All right. You go over to the crevice to the fissure, and you use your wings to lower yourself in without the need of ropes or anything. And it's relatively easy to fly down here. It's really, really hot from whatever gas is escaping from underground. Other than that, it's not really all that bad. It's not really well lit at all, so...
I sent a dancing light down with her.
Oh, excellent. Okay. In that case, the dancing light is giving off just enough illumination that you are able to see that after about 40 feet down, it opens up into a very large cavern, the likes of which are very alien to you. The walls and ceiling are covered in strange crystals. They seem to glow and dance various colors to the point where it's almost distracting.
You see anything?
There
But
seems to be quite a lot of crystals on the sides of the walls.
Are you okay?
I mean, I'm answering.
We don't know what it looks like.
But the cavern itself is really pretty big, so it's easily able to stand if you were to get down there. Like, you can walk around, and there's enough space for everyone to get in there.
Grem.
I will fly back up and start bringing people down.
All right.
If they allow me to.
Can we tie a rope at least, just in case? Because I don't know how long your
down.
wings last.
Sure. Vera will throw her rope to Soul. Although, how far down is it?
Yeah.
60 feet.
Oh, 6.
Let's see.
Yeah, after 40 feet it opens up, and it's a 20-foot tall room. At least the first room is.
50 feet, I have.
And that'll be... That's enough. Kinda.
Yeah, it's fine.
So Soul will...
Yeah, I'll tie it to... Well, I'll hit a rock first to make sure it's a rock, I guess?
Okay, you walk over and hit a rock with Symphonia's wit. Nothing
I'm
happens.
just tapping it. Okay. I'm gonna tie a rope to it, and then angle it down while, slowly people are getting, put down into the hole, just so we have something in case, we need to get out by crawling up a rope.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna double check the knot and stuff, see if it's good.
You doubt my knotting skills?
I wouldn't say doubt. I'd say double checking to make sure people don't die.
Okay.
I get it. I don't doubt Soul. I know them to be very nice.
Marcus, shut up.
Oh,
wow.
Hey, maybe lighten up a little, Vera.
For what?
I mean, he was just being nice.
Vera will scoff off and just go back into the hole.
Who's gonna carry Marcus down?
We have a rope.
There's a rope.
You're gonna make him climb?
I'll start by bringing Lovette down.
Oh, you don't need to bring me down.
She's got her own wings.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, I don't have wings, but I'll use one of my level 1 spells. Flip a little switch. So I start to climb down the rope, and about partway down, I'll let go, and I'll flip a little switch, and my coat, poofs out, and catches me like a parachute. I'm going to cast Featherfall.
Excellent.
Same.
Cool. Alright, so those with Featherfall just sort of drop in and slowly levitate to the ground.
Can I add some spice to mine?
Of course.
So, souls, oddly, when they start to fall down, their hair kind of goes up, and little magical feathers look like they're there, but they kind of disappear almost instantly as they're falling. And of course they're teal.
Once I get inside, I'll use Maker's Call. So Archie falls down the hole in ball form, and I catch him.
Okay, Marcus, your turn to come down.
Well, not as fancy as y'all.
What about Karis?
Oh, Jesus. She has to climb too, I guess.
Yeah.
I assumed that she was carried down by Vera.
She can't.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
I mean, Vera would offer to bring Karis down.
Yeah, Karis will refuse that, immediately.
Nope. Okay.
It's
fine.
It's not on you. It's not you, it's me.
All right. Vera will go fly down then.
Alright, so Karis will... Oh, fuck. Okay, this is gonna go poorly. Oh, boy.
Can I cast a Featherfall on her?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Okay.
You sure?
Let me see.
25 feet.
Touch? 25 feet?
Yep.
Oh, no, it is
Yeah,
range.
doesn't-
No, it's close range. So yeah, you can.
Okay, I'll just cast that both
Oh,
on Marcus and
Lovely.
Karis, then.
Okay, so just drop one more Featherfall then. Cool. Okay, so you cast Featherfall on Karis, and she drops down as well. So
And Marcus.
okay, so the lot of you
Marcus does a little
hover down.
pirouette as he lands.
That's...
So if the feathers were teal for you, they're definitely jet black for Karis.
And maybe for Marcus, too.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
All right. So the lot of you make it down. You're standing now in a room that is filled with these strange multicolored crystals that seem to shift color while you're looking at them. There are multiple passages leading to other areas, and you realize that you are in some sort of underground connected series of caverns. The smell of the area is that of brimstone and sulfur, and it is swelteringly hot. You can hear the hiss of gases escaping in various places, and you know deep down that two things are true. One, MacGuffinite is in here somewhere, and you will find it. And two, you're not alone. And that's where we'll call it.
Thanks for listening. As always, special thanks to Protagonist for the theme music and Emily Roll for Fantasy for this episode's soundtrack. Please leave a like or subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and leave a comment if you have any suggestions. Until next time!